Hi there. Okay, let's take a look at exporting a PAT in WIDS or creating a PAT from scratch. So I've already logged into WIDS. You can see the address up at the top. When you log in, you'll see all the classes that you're associated with. These are all the classes that I'm associated with. And I'm not, oops, sorry about that. I'm not by default associated with your class. So I have to type in the catalog number. And I think I've got it. There it is. And then click search. I'm on a Mac, so it should just go, maybe. We'll try it. The course name will pop up beneath if you need to search for it. So I'm going to click on that course name, and that then will show me all of the course information, which is great. In the orange bar near the top, click My PATs or PLAs. Remember, a PAT is a performance assessment task. That's what you need to submit for me. I've already created one. I didn't put anything in it except for the title, but I just wanted to have one sitting there for you. If you have a PAT already created and you can see it in WIDS, you can just export that, tweak it, and submit it to me. So I have this one here just so I can show you how to export it. You can't see mine and I can't see yours because we have different levels of access in WIDS. But go ahead and follow these steps. At the left in the blue, click Quick Prints, PATs or PLAs, because that's what we want to print. Choose the one that is the one you want to use, and then click Refresh Report. Then on the after it pulls up, on the right-hand side, choose Export, and I'm going to recommend that you export it to Word because you will need to tweak it. Oftentimes in WIDS, this stuff kind of gets old or outdated, or you might just need to modify it for your own class. Maybe the WIDS version has students using pencil and paper, and you want them to use a Kahoot survey or whatever. Okay, so that's how you export it. Let's say you don't have any PATs or you're not happy with the ones that are in existence in WIDS, you can create a new one. When you create a new one, no one else will see it, just like no one else can see my example here. So you can go ahead and create it and have it for your own purposes. So back up in the orange, click My PATs, click the Edit button, and then click Add/Associate. That's how you create a new PAT. I know it's not intuitive. We'll just use the steps. So add a name to your PAT that speaks to its purpose. So whatever activity the students are going to be doing, or activity or task that the students are going to be doing, is usually a good name. I'm going to, because I don't have one, I'm just going to call it example PAT number 2 and click Save. And then let's take a look at the parts. So what'll happen is the PATs show up down below. You need to fill in these pieces of information at the top in the blue. So actually you can skip over management. That's information. That's all that extra little course information if you want to take a look at it. After you click on management, then select whichever PAT you want to use just to look at that. Let's go over to the information section. Okay, so I'm under information. Again, I have to choose the PAT I want to use. So I'm going to use number 2. And under information, you need to put in at least 3 things. You need to tell me what target outcome you're going to associate this PAT with. Remember that all the work the students do in your class need to be directly associated with your course competencies, and those course competencies speak to the larger program outcomes, or in your case, exit learning outcomes, right? Because they probably have to pass a national exam or a state exam or something. Okay, so that's what you're tying in there. Down below, I need you to tell me the environment. Is it online? Is it in the classroom? Whatever. And then below that, you need to tell me who's the evaluator. Is it the instructor? Is it somebody else? Maybe the test proctor? Whatever. Tell me who that is. Under directions, directions mean directions to the student. This is the full description of what you want the students to do. When you hand them the PAT, these are the directions that they're going to read so they know what to do for this activity. And then down below is notes for evaluators. That's actually notes to the instructor, right? Because the evaluator 99% of the time is the instructor. And so I always think of it like, hey, what if I had a sub for the day? What does that other teacher need to know to complete this PAT? Those are the notes for the evaluator. Okay, let's talk about scoring and scoring guide very quickly. You should have my example PAT from our Blackboard site. And at the bottom of the PAT is the like the table of steps, not steps, but whatever you want to call them, like actions that I'm going to be grading the student on. So I think the example I have on Blackboard is for creating an Excel spreadsheet. So what that table shows is it tells the student exactly what they're going to earn points for. Is the spreadsheet functional? Does the spreadsheet contain at least 3 sum functions? Does the spreadsheet include headings, column headings, or whatever? That's the scoring. That's what you're going to add here. Every one of those things that I grade a student on is a criteria. So I'm going to click Add Criteria. So this is where I would type, and forgive me, I can't remember your example. Oh, yeah, so I didn't identify my target outcome up above. You'll already have that done. I don't have it done, so you go ahead and do that. It'll work for you, I swear. You'll type in your line. Like for me, I would type in spreadsheet is functional, and then how I'm going to grade that, the points that I would use. Spreadsheet is functional probably would be a met, not met, right? It either opens or it doesn't. Other things might be on a grading, like on a point system, 0 to 2 or 0 to 5. Whatever you do, all of that occurs under scoring, by the way. You line those things up under scoring. Whatever system you use for grading the student submission, that's what goes under scoring guide. So here, this is where I would say to the student, reverse that around, scoring and scoring guide. This is where I would say to the student, hey, not met means the spreadsheet doesn't open. Met means it functions. Or if I have 0 to 2, 0 means it's absent. I don't have any evidence of that performance. 1 means it's evident, but with errors present. 2 means the evidence is there and it's perfect, or whatever. So you have to tell the student what each point means, because students they'll submit a variety of homework, and so you have to set the expectations. All right, email me if you have any trouble at all. Oh, when you're done, save and close, then export it, submit it to Blackboard. Email me if you have any trouble at all.